Hello and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and in this episode we are going to talk about something that may not have happened to you, but if it's going to happen to you, then you might have a big trouble to get it away, and it's pretty easy to get away with if you want to, but you have to have this small little app I'm going to present you in this episode. So in the end, what you may experience sometimes in future, it's not happening very often at the moment, but it might be more, is that apps are going to check if they were installed from the Google App Store, or if they, for instance, were side-loaded or from an alternative app store, okay? If that is going to happen, then the app will not function and give you, in general, some kind of an alert pop-up or something that is going to tell you, hey, sorry, I can't be used because I'm not the original version or not installed from the original source I was intended to be used from. So let's have a look at how that could look. There is no standardized way to show this. Sometimes you will see something like this. It can be just a pop-up or whatever. So in the end, something like that, get this app from a Play Store or from Play. The app installed on your device is not recognized and could harm your device. To continue to using this app, search for it on Google Play. Something like that could happen there. And that's just going to hinder you from using the app you want to use there, especially if you didn't get it from Google Apps, the Google Play Store or the Google App Store in the end. And if you want to come over this, which is pretty easy with this small little installer patch you can see here. So it's pretty new. It's called AAS Installer Patcher, or Installer Patcher, yeah, right. This is very important. If you're searching for it, you have to have exactly this name, otherwise you're not going to find it in your open web browser, for instance. So make sure that you get this one, and then we can get around that. All this small little app is going to do is it's going to change a couple of different meta informations about the app in the Android application support, more or less. And if you are going to use that, it's going to overwrite this information where the app came from and will trick more or less these kind of checks there into believing, hey, everything is fine, it's from where they wanted it to be. You can even define a different kind of Play Store if you want to there, but of course the more valuable or more common way to do it, or the more common thing you are going to try to do it with it is of course tricking any kind of check to the Google Play Store and not to anything else, but we will see. Okay, so first off, I'm going to show you everything on my Xperia 10 Mark III in this case again. This is just the smartphone. It's going to be more or less giving all the information on the screen to my laptop. My laptop is connected to this big screen, and like that you can see everything that is happening on my smartphone here, with a little bit of delay sometimes, but in the end it's more or less very helpful, and will show you everything on my smartphone screen and show it on the big screen, okay? So in the end, to get this app, of course, go to the stores, and if you already have Storman installed, it's perfect. If you want to install it, there is another video I'm going to show you up there. Where you can more or less get these informations from, and if you want to go to the web interface, that's fine to install it from there. It doesn't really matter, okay? So I'm going to use Storman in this case, and to get that, in the end you're going to go something like this there. Then you go to the upper menu there, go to search in this case, and now very important, make sure that you are really searching for it in the right way. It's really called Installer Patcher. Otherwise, if you're going to write it in a different way, you're not going to find this, okay? So don't leave the installer to install or something. It's not going to find it. It's really picky about that, so get this one. If you inserted that, then you can just go there and see all the different informations, of course. You can see what it's going to do, and have a look at what is happening here. And after that, go to the upper menu here, and of course I already have installed it, so there's just the start and get rid of it, more or less. For you there is probably something like add repository, and after that, if you did that, then you can install the app. Depending on what your setup is there, that is normally the way to do. If you install it, then you can go to your app grid in the end, and at the bottom here, AAS Installer Patch is going to give you this app. Okay, so first off, I'm just going to start this, and now he's going to present you, okay, hey, sorry, Android app support is currently running, stop it first before Continuum. This just means that you have Android app support at the moment active, okay? If that is happening, just go to the settings, and you already might have this icon here. If you don't have that, you can go always to this, this grid store here, go a little bit down, and there is this little icon, and if you click on that, then you get this organize, or go to the settings. And I would go to the settings in this case then, and just have a look what you can see in this list here. And if you go to the lowest version here, you get this small little icon. Click on that, so it's going to appear at your upper top menu. And if you want to have anything else there, you can of course get this from here too. Anyway, if you go to this app drawer there then, and click on the Android app support here, it's going to shut down. Give it a couple of seconds probably, and then now it's off. He's going to ask you, do you really want to do that? And if you want to do that, then you will have to put in your credentials here, just to make sure. Or you can just use your fingerprint scanner if you are using that, that's fine too. And after that you can open this, and it's going to show you all the different apps you installed on your Android app support internally, okay? So what you see here is only the Android apps installed in Android app support, and like that you can go in here and have a look at the different kinds of apps you are seeing here. And now if you have your app listed at this point and you want to see where it's going to be installed or where it was installed from, you can see it here. Hey, the installer of Easy Park, for instance, in this case is Aurora Store, okay? And if you want to change that, just click on that one. So I'm just going to get this Easy Park one, for instance, and as you can see, he's going to show you a couple of different informations about this. And if you click on the installer one here, you can already see, hey, it could be site-loaded, package installer, Google Play, it could be from F-Droid, or you could even get your own informations in there. In general, one of those is probably the best one. If you go to and put this in, for instance, he's going to assume that this app is installed by Google Play. And of course, all the other ones are an option too. And this can be very interesting if you, for instance, installed an app from somewhere else and then you want to have all the updates done by, let's say, F-Droid, for instance. If it's on F-Droid and Google Play Store, you can install it from Google Play Store, just put it on F-Droid maybe, and then F-Droid is going to handle all the different updates which are going to come there. I'm not sure if you should do it that way. It's probably much safer to do a reinstall in that situation, but in the end, if it's just something like I explained at the start there, with these kind of informations about the alert that is going to come up, telling you, hey, this app is not the original one, please install the original one, something like that, then this is going to help. Okay, so let's put this on Aurora Store, in this case for me, and if you are ready, just go to the Save button or swipe to the right here. And if you did that, then it's going to save that. Then he's going to ask you again to put in your credentials. And after that, you get this small little information here. Hey, okay, Easy Park was successfully updated. Of course, I didn't really change it. So you can see installer Aurora Store is still in there. But if you want to have a different one there, then you are just going to select that and use it. And like this, it's a pretty nice thing to have like this, because like this you can really see where the different kinds of apps are associated with, which is a nice thing too. And like that, for instance, you can have a look and see, if you just skip this, if you really want it to be updated, for instance, by whatever you have seen here. So WhatsApp, for instance, I installed that from the Meter website itself. and not from one of the Google App Stores or whatever, and like this, it's a package installer, okay? And if you got it, for instance, from Aurora Store, this one, for instance, or the ZDF one, you are going to see that here, in addition to that too. And that's more or less all this app is going to do for you. But it's a very helpful one, very interesting, and it's going to give you the option to run apps which you couldn't run otherwise with this little patch, more or less. And it's going to help you a lot with these kinds of scenarios. Yeah. And then I would say we are at the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up, of course. If you have any kind of questions, comments, want to talk about anything, put it down below into the commentary section. And of course, if you want to get this app, the link is down below in the video description too. Other than that, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel and see you around in the next episode. Bye. Bye.